Welcome to the Daily Dad Podcast, where we provide one lesson every day to help you with your most important job, being a dad. These are lessons inspired by ancient philosophy, by practical wisdom, and insights from dads all over the world. Thank you for listening, and we hope this helps. Teach them that they decide the end of every story. As dads, one of the hardest things to think about is our kids experiencing hardship. So maybe we teach them to turn away from the things that are hard, to take the easy way, to forgo difficulty whenever possible. Maybe we teach them to look at hardship as failure, as unfairness, as the end of the story. It just wasn't meant to be, we might say. There's nothing you can do about it. But what if we trained them, taught them to see hardship another way, a better way, as fuel? As a chance to learn about endurance, patience, resilience, and struggling, as an opportunity to buck up and prove their mettle. What if we taught them that they didn't have to resign themselves to hardship, but that they can agree to work with it, that they can decide to make the most of it, that they can decide to see an opportunity, not an obstacle, that it's only the end of the story if they decide it is. When Vice Admiral James Stockdale was shot down in Vietnam, he was taken prisoner by the North Vietnamese. He spent nearly 8 years being tortured and subjected to unimaginable loneliness and terror. He had little choice over the fact that he was shot down or that he was taken prisoner. When asked how he made it out alive, he said, "I never lost faith in the end of the story. I never doubted that not only I would get out, but that I would prevail in the end and turn the experience into the defining event of my life, which, in retrospect, I would not trade." What Stockdale told himself and what helped him endure this terrible ordeal and others was that he had an incredible power. He could decide how he was going to use this experience. And it's a sense of power and agency that he learned from reading Epictetus, the slave turned philosophy teacher. "What is in my power," Epictetus said, "no one controls that except myself. As for what is not in my power, in that I take no interest." Teach them that. Teach them about Stockdale. Teach them about real bravery in the face of hardship. Teach them that despite everything outside of their control, they retain an incredible power. The power to choose what they do with what happens to them. The power to decide what role an event will play in their life. The power to write the end of their own story. You're listening to the Daily Dad Podcast. One meditation a day inspired to help you do your most important job, which is be a great father. These are meditations inspired by ancient wisdom, psychological research, and just great strategies from normal dads just like you. Thanks for listening.